What's good, y'all? Got some more NBA trades going down. Woj and Shams just both came out and told us that Dejounte Murray was finally moved on from the Atlanta Hawks to the New Orleans Pelicans, man. I mean, he was linked to New Orleans. He was linked to LA, obviously. He was linked to New York. I feel like New Orleans is perfect for him, bro. Perfect, bro. They traded Dejounte for Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, a 2025 first-round pick via the Lakers, a 2027 first-round pick, least favorable of the Bucks and the Pelicans. Woj just dropped another tweet that says New Orleans was 0-24 when trailing, entering the fourth and 2-14 in closeout games, and see Murray as a player who can generate offense late in games. Pels remain committed to the core that includes Zion and CJ McCollum. Pels are trying to find common ground with Brandon Ingram contract. So it looks to me like they are good on Zion, obviously. CJ McCollum and now Dejounte Murray is being added to that core. And Brandon Ingram could be on his way out as well. We've heard a lot of rumblings about that over the past couple years as well, with his contract being ready to expire either next season or the year after. I can't really remember. They're trying to figure out whether or not to extend him or just move on from him altogether. In my opinion, they can keep him, bro. Like I said, they were 0-24 when trailing entering the fourth quarter and 2-14 in close games. You put Dejounte Murray in there with Brandon Ingram and Zion, like, you're going to need, bro. I mean, like, it's just so hard. I don't know why I keep touching my hat. It's just so hard because Zion and Brandon Ingram are not really the healthiest players. They're always, or for the most part, in and out of the lineup. So, I mean, like, you're gonna kind of need more. Like, let's say they go with the Dejounte, Zion, and CJ. I mean, yeah, because you're gonna have 2 out of the 3 as opposed to 1 out of the 3 with the Zion, CJ, and Brandon Ingram. So I can see where their mind is going in that direction. You got Dejounte Murray, who's relatively healthy. CJ McCollum, who hasn't had a major injury in his career at all. And then Zion Williamson, you can't give up on a generational talent like that. I don't even know if we're allowed to call him generational anymore because, his talent, yes, is generational for sure. His talent is generational. But his health is just kicking his ass, man. It's kicking his ass. So the Pelicans only received Dejounte Murray. They didn't get any draft picks back, which is kind of crazy to me because for the Pelicans to have traded such a young player in Dyson Daniels, and they're the one giving up 2 draft picks. I know Dejounte Murray is an all-star caliber player, pushing the edge of All-NBA, but and we know he can do on the defensive end of the ball, but they gave up 2 first-round picks for 2 players and 2 first-round picks for 1 player. They should have at least tried to get a first, like get a first swap, get a couple seconds. I don't know. I just feel like, just like with the Alex Caruso trade, and what's crazy about that trade is the fact that people around the league are saying that Sacramento, I forget the other team, but they offered Chicago draft capital. Wow. They offered Chicago draft capital in order to trade for Caruso, but they felt like Josh Giddey was, what they needed. So, that's that. But I just feel like these teams are missing out on opportunities to, get draft capital. Maybe that's just me. The Hawks are ending the Murray-Trae Young experiment, bringing on a promising young wing in Dyson Daniels and getting a pick in the deep 2025 draft. Landry Fields' new Hawks had to make a move in the backcourt, and there's still more offseason work to be done. So this is not the last time that the Atlanta Hawks will be in trades or anything going on like that this offseason. Y'all know we're going to be locked in. Stay tuned in with your boy. I do got a couple more trades that went on over the past couple of days and signings as well, so we'll get those out the way. The Washington Wizards traded Denny Abdia to the Portland Trailblazers for Malcolm Brogdon in the 14th pick, also a 2029 pick. They did that on Wednesday, the draft. The Lakers are expected to show interest in Cam Johnson, The third star they talked about pursuing with the 3 first-round picks at their disposal no longer seems as likely, with Mitchell back with the Cavs and Jimmy Butler likely to remain in Miami. Then again, never say never when it comes to the stars wanting to play for purple and gold. The Lakers are amongst the teams to be expected, and Johnson from Brooklyn. Denver traded Reggie Jackson to the Charlotte Hornets with 3 unprotected second-round picks. The Sacramento Kings traded Davion Mitchell, Sasha Vezenkov to the Toronto Raptors for Jalen McDaniels and some picks, I want to say. Maybe it was just Jalen McDaniels. And as we all know, Bronny is on team with his dad, bro. LeBron been dominating the league so long. When Bronny was born, he was averaging 27, 7, and 7. Bronny is now his teammate. Last year, the man averaged 26, 8, and 7. We are never, ever going to see a player that will be able to hold the longevity of LeBron James. Not that I can think of. I don't think so. Like, he's maintained greatness from day one in the league, and he's still widely considered a top 15 player in the league at 40. He's going to be 40 in December. He's December 30th, 2024. LeBron James will be 40 years old, and he is still revered as one of the top 15 players in the league. You have never seen anything like this. We have never seen anything like this, and it's going to. I'm so ecstatic for this opportunity for him to be able to play alongside Bronny. Not only for that, but for Bronny's growth as a player. He's going to need his dad. I'm going to be real with you. You got guys like Jalen Green, 22, with a 39-year-old baby mom. You got P.J. Washington with an older baby mom. You got, I guess we could just name Charlotte Hornets. You got James Bouknight fucking off. You got all types of guys. Kai Jones, his thing was different, so I'm not going to speak on Kai Jones. I'm glad that he's back in the league and, able to be on that right path. Shouts out to him for getting his shit together, man. But there's a lot of young kids in this league that have just not had that direction, that leadership, and for your dad to be your teammate, obviously he's not going to little bro him, and Bronny being a grown-ass man, he's not going to allow for him to little bro him, but he definitely needs that guidance to start off his career. Not to mention, Rich Paul is his agent, so he has a very close friend looking out for his son. JJ Redick, who's a very close friend to LeBron as well. Not that they just had the podcast, now he's the head coach. So once Bron is gone, Bronny has JJ Redick there to look out for him as well, bro. So I'm really excited to see what the hell goes on with this next year, bro. I'm so happy. Moving on, though. Emmanuel quickly intends to sign a 5-year, $175 million contract to stay in Toronto. Quickly arrived in a trade with the Knicks and established himself as a cornerstone player for Toronto. Big ups to Quick, man. I knew he was going to get a payday, but 175 for 5 years, that's tough. That's tough. Shouts out to Quick, man. One of my favorite bench players until he moved on to Toronto and solidified himself as a cornerstone piece, like they said. And the ceiling is the roof. You feel me? Dallas finally has traded Tim Hardaway Jr. and 3 second-round picks to Detroit for Quentin Grimes. This dude has been he's been rumored to be traded for the last 3 seasons, bro. Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for him not to be playing in the playoffs, bro. We kind of seen the writing on the wall that that was his last season. He did not play a lot. He did not play a lot and almost all in the NBA Finals. So for them to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr., get that money off of the books, that's good for them. Quentin Grimes, he was in Detroit, not really, it's Detroit, you're not really paying attention. But when he was in New York, bro, Quentin Grimes was a guy that a lot of people were really, really high on. He's still a young player. He's under 23, 24. So he still has a lot of room to grow. I want to say he's under 24. Quentin Grimes, it could be another Josh Green for them. It could be another Jaden Hardy for them coming off of their bench, bro. I really like that move for them. They do need to get some more shooting, though, because Tim Hardaway being one of the he's not one of the best shooters, but he is a guy that can go up there and get high volume of shots. And you do have to respect the shot. So I feel like they do and will end up making a move for a shooter eventually. The Denver Nuggets are showing interest in Klay Thompson as a potential replacement for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who declined his player option the other day. The Philadelphia 76ers are also expected to show interest in Klay. A league source said Philadelphia has interest in Thompson if the Nuggets lose free agent to be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who has decided to decline his player option and enter the market. A league source says Denver has pegged Thompson as a possible replacement. Pause on that peg word. Houston Rockets, they have been linked to so many people. since since the NBA draft. I mean, the NBA Finals has been over is crazy. They are now expected to show. So it started off with Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and someone else. They're now expected to show interest in Zion Williamson, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell. Well, we know none of that shit's happening because, as we just said with the Dejounte trade, they're very clearly locked in on that core with Zion, Dejounte, and CJ. Devin Booker, it already came out that the Suns run to run it back with Kevin Durant. Why the hell would they give up Devin Booker if they want to bring back Kevin Durant? So that's not happening. And Donovan Mitchell re-signed with the Cavaliers. So, well, he's not. He didn't re-sign yet. Excuse me. He's 27 and widely expected to sign an extension with the Cavs soon. But you know who knows? Who knows at this point? The Clippers are not offering Paul George a max contract. The other day I put out a video, trade rumors around the league, and the the Warriors are interested in offering Paul George that 4-year max contract through some kind of trade deal, maybe Andrew Wiggins and Chris Paul. That is a lot of money. They will have to make the money match, I want to say. So they will have to do something really, really calculated in order to get Paul George. But Shams just said Heat guard Josh Richardson is picking up his $3 million player option to return for the 2024-25 season. Richardson was a key part of Miami's rotation before his shoulder injury in February. He's expected to make a full recovery for next season. So Josh Richardson is returning. Alongside Paul George, though, Russell Westbrook is expected to leave the Clippers in free agency. League sources have told Clutch Points that Westbrook is not expected to be in a Clippers uniform next season, with Russell reportedly looking at other options that would include opportunity and playing time. There have also been reports of the Clippers' interest in point guards Chris Paul and Kyle Lowry, which would reinforce the idea that they're going to replace him. That's wild to me because I thought Brody was going to end up being a Clipper for at least another season. With the way that they transitioned from the start of the year to when they got traded for James Harden. It started off bad, and then they went on like they were like 20-3 over a certain game stretch. Like the Clippers really look good this year. Just in that back end of the year with Kawhi going down, Paul George being out of the rotation, they kind of, got shook up a little bit, but they still were able to finish at the 4th seed. So that just and with Russell Westbrook doing what he was doing off the bench for them majority of that season, I really, really thought that was a match made in heaven for him. Obviously, he feels like he has much more to offer and in the tank left to go, but I mean, that just may not be the reality for Brody, honestly. He's never really been a plus shooter from deep. His mid-range shot is completely gone away. He struggles to finish around the rim a lot of times now. It's just Russell Westbrook is one of my favorite players, bro. He's one of the reasons the Thunder are my favorite team, but you just gotta call a spade, and Russell Westbrook, his time is nearing an end, at least with his athleticism. He is a very, very high IQ player. He still goes out there and hustle. He's still fast as hell. He's gonna still rebound you the ball. He can still get you 10 assists. He's just looking for a bigger role, and I just feel like he may be shooting himself in the foot with that one. A couple more rumors or whatever going around the league. The Toronto Raptors picked up the $23 million option on Bruce Brown's contract. He'll be a valuable trade asset in an expiring contract for the Raptors. His agent, Ty Sullivan and Stephen Heumann, negotiated a 2-year, $45 million deal with Indiana before it landed the Pascal Siakam trade. Raps picking up the option gets Brown's deal full value, and now it's likely become part of a trade this summer during the season. So they're pretty much going to be moving on from Bruce Brown, like a lot of us expected. They just had to make that play to get Pascal up out of there, and you feel me? The Clippers, another rumor with the Clippers. PJ Tucker has exercised his. God damn! Why the hell is PJ Tucker making $11.5 million? Why is PJ making $11.5 million to play 5, maybe 7 minutes a game and shoot 2 shots? What the fuck? Okay, maybe he played more than 5 minutes, but still, $11 million, bro. Put me out there, coach. Put me out there. Charlotte Hornets are waiving guard Seth Curry, but interest exists on both sides to keep talking on a new deal in July free agency. Team had a deadline today on guaranteeing Curry's contract for the 2024-25 season. The Washington Wizards are and guard Landry Shamet are moving his $11 million guarantee date to July 13th. So similar to what they just said about Seth Curry, Landry Shamet is moving his guarantee date back. Chris Paul also did the same thing. He moved his back to June 30th. So I feel like that's just a ploy for Golden State to set up a trade, like I said earlier. Yeah, that's all we got, man. That's all we got. A lot has been going on in the NBA. Like I said, I'm going to stay locked in, and I'm going to bring y'all whatever I can, whatever I feel is most important. But a huge domino has fallen. A lot of people, like I said, had him linked to LA or either New York, and now he is in New Orleans. I love that fit for Dejounte. I love that fit for Dejounte. A defensive-oriented team. You still got Herb Jones. You still got Trey Murphy. Yes, you gave up Dyson Daniels, but you still got Jose Alvarado. This is perfect for the Pelicans, bro. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna leave it with that, though. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll catch y'all on the next one whenever we got some more rumors or trades or, I appreciate y'all. Peace.